How to trade spikes in boom and crash. Using the blueprint spike detector, a strategy that with a 95% win rate that uses the leave manipulation tracking and price action. Let's get into it. We shall check this in 3 steps. 1. Settings for each boom and crash and how it should be. Secondly, live trading with the strategy. And lastly, some few bonus tips. Clash 1000. Hoping that you have already installed the blueprint system, and if not, watch the video till the end to understand how to install. Now, Clash 1000, on the properties, on the inputs tab, these are the settings that you should put. The spike accuracy tracker should remain true and the value set it to 25. Remember, crash market tends to go for long without the spikes. And now, then the spike detector 30 and 60 should remain at 10, and the Prof stop loss accuracy, put it at 8. When giving signal, maximum stop loss should be 18. Let's check crash 300. Remember, you have said that the accuracy tracker must be set to true to get very accurate signal. Now, for crash 300, we have different settings. Spike accuracy tracker is true and the value is 12. The others remain the way you see them, with the stop loss accuracy at 6 and the maximum stop loss is 16 during signals. And our next market is Boom 1000. Boom 1000 is another market that has very big spike, and the setting is very important for you. On the blueprint spike detector on the inputs tab, make sure the accuracy is set to true and the value is set to 30. Boom 1000 30. The time display is true, font size is 9, silver, spike 8 and 10, and the stop loss accuracy set it to 10. Stop loss accuracy set it to 10. Maximum stop loss for this market is 20 candles. Our next market is Clash 500. Spike accuracy set to true, spike accuracy tracker 18. Everything else remains the same way. Also stop loss accuracy 8. The maximum number of candles for that is 16. Clash 600. Remember, this is one of the market that were introduced in the live like a year ago. Now, Clash 600, the light settings for it is the spike accuracy set to true and the value to 20. Everything else remains the same, and also the stop loss accuracy set it to 6. And you are done for that. And the next market is Clash 900. So this is also a new market, but yeah, let's get into settings. And also, make sure you check a PDF I've made on the boom and crash trading, how to trade spike, and how Deliver actually manipulates the market, and all that. I've written on a good PDF that you can follow along. So the spike detector, we can set the value to 20, accuracy value to 20, and also the stop loss to 7. Remember, the maximum number of candles is 17 for this market. And always remember, turn the accuracy to true. And the next market is Boom 500. Remember, with the correct settings, you always have an increased win rate. So on Boom 500, the setting that you change is the spike value to 17. Everything else remains the same. Stop loss accuracy remains at 6. And the maximum stop loss for this trade is 17 candles. That before spike happens, that really happen. So, and the next market is Boom 600. And the correct settings for Boom 600 is you set the spike accuracy to true. You have already said that. And then on the spike value, you set it to 20. Everything else remains the same. Stop loss at 6, maximum stop loss 17. And that's it. Next in the list for setting is Boom 300. Boom 300 is actually a very tricky market to trade. But these are the settings. And we set the spike tracker filter to true, value 18, and stop loss 6 with a maximum candle loss of 17 candles. By the way, which is your favorite boom and crash to trade spikes? Let me know in the comment section. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit the follow button, and you get notified anytime we upload new videos. And our last market to check into is Boom 900. Boom 900 is also a new market, and you can actually backtest and see that
And the correct settings with the spike detector is you set value to 24 and the stop loss to 7. And with the maximum stop loss of 18.
Let's put the spike detector on work. This setup for Crash 500, the stop loss is 7 candles from the blueprint spike detector. Now, with this kind of entry, it means once I enter my trade, like that, I sell the trade, the spike will happen within 7 candles. It may take 2 candles and spike. It may take 3 and spike. But maximum, it will just take 7 to spike. So I hope we are getting each other together. So it may spike anytime from now. So I enter right now. I may add other position, but at least by the time 7 candles from now in 1 minute time frame happen, the spike will continue, will happen. So we entered the trade. We can see already this is 2 candles from when we got the entry, and the market is still going. The market is still going. You continue holding. And remember, if the 7 candles come and the spike does not happen, exit that market and find another entries. So that right now is how many candles? 4 candles since we entered the trade, and the spike has happened. It has happened within the 7 candles. Let's now check for another. This is the setup in Crash 300, and this is how it goes. You wait for the spike, for the red arrow to appear, then you enter your entries. Sometimes you get sniper entry. For example, this one was a sniper entry. That is when it will give you an entry, it spikes immediately. Anyway, avoid Crash 300 if you have a small account and you didn't learn how to manipulate lot size. Remember, the Leaf changed their lot size from 0.05 to 0.5 by multiplying it by 10. Crash 300 have been used to wipe out many accounts because within some few minutes you'll find that your $100 account is already $40 in loss. You start panicking, and that is it. So the arrow appears and spike happens. Have you seen that? So that is how Crash 300 works. Remember, be careful. Put good lot size in a Crash 300. This is the setup in Crash 1000. Remember, Crash 1000 has a tendency behavior where it goes for so many candles before having a spike. And that is why I had to have an example in it. Always follow the spike detector when it tells you that a spike will happen. And remember, spikes in Crash 1000, they are always big. And for Crash 1000 and Boom 1000, specifically, we have quite bigger stop losses than the other market, than the normal market. Because this market, how they are made, or the algorithm behind it, it's that it makes a lot of small candles before having a very big spike. So sometimes you may see that the spike takes some time before it happens. But once it happens, it will cover all your money in loss and give you so much in profit, because the spikes are always massive, like the one you have already seen. This is a trade setup in Crash 900. And what I want you to observe this is how the candle tickling goes by. So the stop loss is 11 candles. But once we form a new candlestick in 1 minute time frame, it will update it and give us 10 minutes. And it will continue until, and that happens for all markets, until the stop loss remains 5 minutes. This is very important, by the way, because now the candlestick, the arrow disappears. The arrow disappears if the stop loss now remains 5 candles. That is to avoid traders who are late in the market, who fear missing that setup to enter. And that is the thing I want you to check. The stop loss is 11 minutes. It will update 10, 9, 7, 6, and then disappear. You can see 9. Like as the candle continue coming, it gets updated, but the arrow will disappear. The red arrow will disappear once the candlestick remains 5 candlestick. But if it is more than 5, the arrow will still continue showing until the spike happens. You see, the candlestick have the arrow has disappeared because now the stop loss is less than 5. And after it have disappeared, there is the spike has happened and we make our money, a very big spike. You just need to follow the spike detect and clearly for this setup, I want you to clearly see when the signal gets produced. Check at the bottom. When the arrow appears, that is when we get the signal for the first time. And we get that the stop loss is 13 candles. From there, the candle will continue giving a notification, but with a countdown. Stop loss is 13. After 1 minute, it will give you another entry and tell you now the stop loss is 12 minutes. After that, another arrow, 10 minutes, 9, 7. So that you can enter the signal even if you open when it had given the signal earlier enough. But for now, the stop loss is 13, meaning the spike can happen anytime from now for the next 13 candlesticks in 1 minute time frame. Remember, the first entry is when it gives 13 candles. As the minutes go or as the candlestick continue counting, it reduces the stop loss. And just like that, within 4 candles, it has spiked. That is boom 500. So it does not mean that if it is 13 candles, it will take 13 candles. But once it hits 13 candles without a spike, you are supposed to close that position and wait for the next setup. I hope you are getting me. The spike will happen within those 13 candles, and the stop loss is when you are supposed to close if the spike does not happen. Finally, let's check at boom 900, and I think those are good trades enough for you to actually understand how the system works, so that we can check the bonus tip and finish our video. So we see the market has notified us that the stop loss is 11 candles. I enter my position immediately after the candle indicates for me, and then just wait for the spike. It's simple as that. So this is now boom 900. It's just a repetition of whatever you have been checking. Most importantly, just follow the spike detector, blueprint spike detector. Just follow it, and it has a win rate of 95, and you'll always make money each single day. If the trade hits the stop loss, you just leave it alone. But this is exactly how you do it on a live market, and for each trade can give you around $50, $100, $300, $400, depending with the lot size and the capital invested. And you can start with a small account and still make a lot from the market. So this is boom 900. You can see it updates the stop loss 10 candles and it is spike. So this we can call it a sniper entry. The last bonus tip can help you to stop blowing accounts in the live. And finally, let's check at the bonus tip about the spike detector. One thing that I would say and recommend to all of you is if you get the spike detector, and how to get the spike detector is actually click the link under this video. You will see a link. You can contact me via the email, via the WhatsApp, and you can get the blueprint spike detector. Once you have the spike detector, make sure you are on the VIP channel for the spike detector on Discord. Another thing I would like to mention is something about discipline and trading psychology. Remember we said and how I make all my trade that deliver manipulates the market. Thinking with that mindset is very good, because that way you are able, if for example, just in case the trade does not spike within the 7 candles given by the system, just avoid it. It may be the leave have decided to actively manipulate the market and it was supposed to spike. So that is a secret. Be disciplined, follow the spike detector as it is, and I can guarantee you to be consistently profitable if you follow it to the line. Another thing that I have noticed for the live in the past 5 years that they keep changing to manipulate your psychology is lot size. They change the minimum lot size to a point where if you have a small account, and most of the traders in the live are small account traders, $100, $200, $50, $70, $40, all that. They change the lot size in that the smallest lot size is over risking your account. And today I'm gonna share with you a trick that I found it's best to to outsmart them for that, so that in case they do that, they increase the lot size, maybe a few months from now, you can still make money consistently, because many strategies run out and or fail after their lot size are being updated. Imagine they change the lot size of Crash 300 from 0.05 to 0.5 times 10. Why would they do that? Anyway, this is how it works. For example, this is Crash 300. Under normal circumstances, Crash 300 can only enter a position if the lot size is 0.5, the smallest one. So 0.1, even if you try to enter a position, it can't. Let's say you have a small account and you want to trade. 0.2, it can't. 0.05, it can't. And that becomes a disadvantage, because when you use 0.5 and you have a small account like $60, $50, you can blow your account easily. You can't hold even 10 candles. You start panicking. So what are you supposed to do? Enter with a lot size of 0.7 and cross partially 0.5. I have closed partially 0.5, and now you can see clearly I have a lot size of 0.2. Let's try with 0.55, enter a sell position, then cross partially. You cross partially 0.5, cross partially, and then cross. And now you remain with a lot size of 0.05, and you can do your risk management the way you want. And this can apply in all market. What you are supposed to do is very simple. Take your original smallest lot size plus the smallest lot size you want. Let's say now this is Crash 500. You want a lot size of 0.05. You'll take 0.2, which is the smallest lot size for Crash 500, plus 0.05. So it becomes 0.25. If you want 0.01, you will put 0.2 plus 0.01, 0.21 lot size, and enter a sell position. Then cross partially the smallest lot size. You modify and close partially, and you get 0.01 as your lot size. This can be very helpful for barcoding when you are waiting for a spike. Instead of entering with 0.5, you can enter 0.5 like 10 times toward the stop loss, waiting for the spike. That one, we call it barcoding or multiple layering the lot size instead of concentrating it at one position, and that can increase your profitability.